What's up, guys? This is Alex bringing you the Powers That Be achievement for the Deer God. For this achievement, you must solve all of these puzzles in the game. And it'll take about 10 minutes. So I'd say about a minute for each, maybe a little less. This first one, you just cover up all the purple spots, you stand underneath this deer, and you get that power. I don't remember the name of it, but you can use it to move blocks and scare enemies. This is the next one you have to do. You gotta cover up all the fires, and you unlock this one. This is definitely the easiest and shortest one. This gives you your fireball power. I use that one a lot. This one can be kind of tricky. You have to move the blocks in order for the stems to grow. Plants, trees. Looks kind of like corn with no cob. Or is the stalks? Let's call them stalks. So you gotta move that block over. Destroy this block right here, and that'll let this block grow. Alright, and then you're going to want to scoot that one over. And see how all the waterfalls kind of line up, and then everything grows. Irrigation at the max. And then we get this ability of growing plants. And you can ride those things up to higher places. This one's a little bit trickier. You have to move this block to release the green stuff. Kind of reminds me like the ooze from Ninja Turtles, but it just glows. Then you gotta reflect it. Use use this block to reflect it, and then you have to reflect it upwards. In this case, you'll probably want to use that box on the top right, and then you're gonna want to drop it down on top of that one, and that should push it up. Right here is deciding which one to use. The best choice is actually one on the left, because you need the one on the right to reflect it over to the left. So you do that, stack them up, push it over, and then you see how the eye lights up purple? That means you're getting this ability right here, which is, I think, teleport. It's not very useful, but you get it, I guess. This one, you gotta scoot these torches, I guess? Scoot the torches underneath this deer, light them up with your fire ability. I already dropped the block down, as you can see. Want to do the same thing with this one. You can light them before you move them. You're not going to get hurt. And then that'll light it up. Glows purple. And then you get the ice power. So you can freeze people. Freeze 5 of the hunters get that achievement. This one I found early on in the game, I think. You just got to drop these blocks on top of these spikes. Now as you can see, that block up there is sitting on something that's breakable. So you're better off just breaking it than actually moving it, which I did by accident. You just stand on it and then it breaks. So drop that one down there, drop that one in the middle. Use this power to pull this one over if you didn't push it hard enough. And then you gotta freeze the water. I didn't think about this at first. And I was thinking, there's water here, might as well just try this, because nothing else will work. So shoot it one time with ice, it'll freeze, glow purple, and then you gain your new ability of hail. Hail has not really found a big effect for me, or a good use for it, I would say. Haven't really found one for it. They can hurt enemies, but not that much. For this one, you want to grow some plants and push this block up, and then push it over. You want to push it down here on top of the broken pillar, and you want to do the same with this one. So scoot it over, grow your plant, push it up on top of that block. Drop it off this block onto that block, or maybe on the ground if you can push it far enough. If you don't push it far enough, you gotta use your ability of block pulling. So let's go grab that, because that was the first one we got. So grab that, put it down there, pull your block over so you can push it with your antlers. And you want to drop it on top of that broken pillar, or really wouldn't say pedestal. Alright, so now we go back up here to this one. I figured, hey, that worked. I dropped down there, it already worked. And it already lit up. As you can see, the eyes are already purples, but I kept moving this just to make sure it worked. I don't know why I did that, but I figured out, hey, it already works, so I don't need to worry about this. So I just kind of gave up moving that, ran over here, and got my new ability of regen or more health. Like, you recover all your energy or health you lost just by holding down the button. Because if you can't find any food, it will come in handy. And then this one, we just got to move these blocks in order to erase the fire, thus giving us this new ability of catching yourself on fire and other enemies. That's a really good one. This one here, I dropped the block down, not even thinking about what to do here. I taunted this animal, and then he ended up falling on top of this pedestal over here, and it pushed it down, and I figured, hey, I don't have to use the block now. If that animal is not there, you gotta use the plant growing thing to move the block on top of it. And then same thing for this one, just drop this on top. If you can actually get to it, unlike me, I kept jumping around it and shoving it, it wasn't working. So that goes down, the U up here turns purple, and we get the animal friendly power. You just hold it and animals love you. That's pretty cool. So we got one more to go. Most likely the hardest one, if you don't know what you're doing, which I did not. You gotta push, well, first up, get rid of this bear. If the bear is in the way, you have to get rid of him. Destroy that block I just looked at. And there's actually stuff up here. I just got an egg. That was cool. And I couldn't find any food, so I kept regenerating my health. Alright, so we gotta think about this. There's lightning. It has to get through to the floor. There's a bear in the way. That brick's in the way. And destroyable brick is in the way. So destroy the brick, the bear kind of just glitches there. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that bear. But our goal here is to move this block over here and letting the lightning get down there. And then I'll do the same thing over here. I would suggest moving the blocks so the lightning can get down there. But don't let the just move them to the side, but I don't know, I'd say grow a plant before you actually do this because it destroys the block, and you do not want those blocks on top of the purple stuff. You want the blocks on the next pillar over, okay? Because look at it. It didn't light up. And I'm thinking, why didn't it light up? That's because we didn't do it right. So I ended up pulling these pillars, not the pillars, I ended up pulling these little deer god blocks. I ended up pulling the blocks down, and then they end up covering the purple. You don't want to cover the purple, you want to get the blocks on top of the other pillars. Alright, so I pulled it over, after regaining my health again, because there's no food here. You end up pulling it over like this, as much as you can. It's kind of tricky. Still can't push it. So I'll stand over here and just nudge it a little bit. Maybe. There we go. So I dropped it down there and figured, hey, it should work now, right? Well, it's a no. You don't want them down there. You want them across on top of the next pillar over. So you want to move them all the way to the edge and then grow a plant. Plant is the best way to go. These things are really useful. So you want to plant it up there and then plant another plant to push the other block up. Like so. Don't let that wolf attack you. Or it might be a fox. So drop the block up there. Alright, and then do the same thing over here. You do not want these things in the way because the light can't get through. The eye doesn't light up, as you can see. I'm really disappointed. So the best thing you can do is just move the block somewhere else and hope it works. So do the same thing over here. Move this block all the way to the edge, closest to where it needs to go. Well, I don't know why I'm doing it from this direction. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, so do it from this side, pull it over, drop down, use your plant, and grow it. Don't get confused with your clover, that's for finding items. You just want to grow stuff. And that one actually dropped it up there, so scoot it over a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. Well, I guess I can make it perfect because that's how I am. So scoot it over a little bit more just so it looks better. That looks pretty solid. And there we go. That should light up. Yep, the eyes lighted up. So just gotta jump up there. Grab my new ability, which will be... I don't remember what my new ability is. Oh, it's lightning, right? Yeah, it's lightning. After getting that last ability, we have all 10. Thus, we get Powers That Be for 50 Gs. Acquire all powers. And that is the guide to all the puzzles. So thanks for watching, guys, and please sub and like.